kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Oh, darling, place your head on my beating heart. Thinking out loud, maybe we found love right where we are. Maybe we found love right where we are. And we found love right where we are.
It came up.
Yay!
Get the dog.
I can see you live now.
Yay.
Hi. Thank you so much. A little bit of a delay here.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
We send some love.
I know. Oh, thank you so much, though.
No worries.
Welcome everybody to Cheeky Tunes Friday Happy Hour. We made it. And well, thank you so much for joining. Tonight we have a very full house, full of talents from all over Australia. Pam Hatta from New Zealand, and now where are you in Australia at the moment, Pam?
At the moment, I am packing my bags and getting ready to head down towards the mid-north coast. So I'm currently in the Northern Rivers.
Fun. Yes, tonight is a very special night. We don't have our dear host with us, Fiona Cooper. Not tonight, but she actually allowed me to use her Zoom account, so you can see her name there. But we will probably have Nikki Dagostino, our resident artist, join us a little bit later from the streets of Leaderville. I've heard she's trying to sort out some accordion issues, but we've got the strings happening here. We're pulling all the strings together. Oh, so that's good. So we've got Momentum Duo in the house. And Momentum Duo, so Lauren and Dave. Pam, what's the story? How did you guys meet?
Momentum Duo.
Yeah.
I was doing the rounds with Original Sound Lounge, so I put together a bunch of showcases for the year, sort of like a lifeboat for musicians in COVID, seeing as they shut the whole industry down. we don't know how long for, so we're just going to keep on putting on shows. And then I saw in passing this really awesome live stream of this duo, and it made me belly laugh because they had like hand clappy applause things happening. They were really putting on a show in their lounge room. I was so impressed. So after that I was like, hey guys, you have to come and you have to play for our showcases. I'd really like to watch your show. So entertaining. It was great.
Oh, thank you. We're so glad you loved it.
Yeah, cheers.
And also we have Emmy. Hi Emmy, how are you going?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you for being with us. Emmy, what is your story? Like, where are you dialing from?
Mid-North Coast. So Pam,
It's such an old world, old word, right? Like nobody dials any. I've just revealed my age right here, you know. Anyway, where are you connecting from? Mid Coast, you said?
yeah, Mid-North Coast, same sort of area as Pam.
Ah, okay, nice.
Yeah.
And how did you girls meet? Through Original Sound Lounge as well?
Yeah, it's connecting a lot of people, hey.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much just through Original Sound Lounge. She's a powerhouse, and you know, especially through like COVID-19, it's been a real help.
Yeah.
Getting like people playing.
How have you been finding the whole thing? Because it's been different for different people, right? So
Yeah. Like it's fine. I'm very blessed. Like I have a job that I can work from home at. So I'm fine. It's just like 0 gigs.
Yeah.
Pretty much just like in my bedroom, which is,
I know.
sounds a bit crazy.
Totally. I always say that. I was like, you know what, people, I don't need anything. I just, if I just sit with my thoughts, that's pretty much enough.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Anyways, and have you found it interesting to maybe create some new music, or like did you have any like creative waves and wanted to write things, or not so much? I've oscillated between moods.
I think, yeah, definitely you go in and out. At the beginning, I wasn't working as much. So I was, very much free and like letting the juices flow.
Yeah.
But now, you know how life goes, you sort of have to sacrifice some parts at some time.
Yeah.
So in the last month, the music has sort of sacrificed a little bit because I've got to, you know, do my adult daytime job.
Yeah, the whole adulting. I love that verb. That's a nice verb. Adulting.
Literally.
I heard the other day.
Yeah. So at the start, I was very like writing lots, but in the past couple of weeks, I haven't been.
Yeah.
Just kind of being pulled to each end, really.
Different directions.
And trying to survive.
Yeah, totally. What about you, Nikki? How's it been for you? I know that you like your covers.
Yeah, I've got like one original that comes out of gets dusted off maybe every 6 months or so because I'm lazy. COVID's been okay. I work in banking during the day, so as an essential service, I've been working still full time and just doing the odd online gig here or there. I thought I might start writing, but I haven't. I think because it's like Emmy was just saying, sort of your mood fluctuates back and forth. And because we just don't know when it's going to end or how it's going to end, I've been inclined to look after the physical health first, and then the mental health kind of follows suit with that. But I've actually really enjoyed the challenge of doing the shorter gigs to a different audience, and I've had friends and family who live interstate and overseas who've been able to come to my gigs who normally wouldn't be able to. So it's actually been a real blessing. And it's been cool. We've met lots of people through it, different musicians who I probably would never have bumped into before. And that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's been great.
That's really good to know.
Yeah.
And so basically you and also Emmy and Pam, you guys are now part of the Pluto Fox Fest.
Yes.
Pam, what is the Pluto Fox Fest? Because I remember you mentioned it when we did the first live together. You said, I've got this idea, I really want to do this, etc. And now it's coming to life. Woohoo!
Yeah. I kind of just do things.
It does.
If I can, I'm going to do it, man. I want to make it happen. And Pluto Entertainment, when I first met them, I did a what's it called? I did a concert for them, like a live stream. Mm-hmm. And when I finished playing for them, they were kind of at the point of that stage in COVID where they were thinking, you know, we're just going to run week for week. We don't know if this is going to happen or not. And I just started Original Sound Lounge, and my live shows were going pretty good. And I combined it with my government stimulus, and I just gave them like $1,000 and went, there you go. Make it keep going, because what you're doing is necessary. And from that, they said the biggest problem we're having at the moment at Pluto is actually just finding artists to come and play. And I'm thinking, geez, I know so many artists. let's make that happen. And so I started sending them acts, and between that and doing my own shows, he came up with a date, and he just messaged me one day. He was like, hey, if you want to record your stuff, because I'm working on writing and recording. And I do need to record my actual stuff. Most of my stuff's usually recorded live, or it's played live on the radio. And I've always been an advocate for that. So I've never in Australia sat in a studio and recorded all of my songs like I should. So I hit him up to do that. And we were just juggling dates to figure out when I could fit it in around the shows I was already doing online and real world. And the date came through, and he said, oh, you know, on the 14th, I've got the stage free from like 11 o'clock, and you can do what you want with it. Yes. I'm like, be careful what you wish for. Because I will drag all of the artists I can find, and we'll just have a festival and try not to get arrested in the process.
Oh no, it would be amazing. And so it's so basically some people can watch it live, you know, at the gig, and other people can just join online, right?
Correct.
Yeah. How bring both worlds together. So for me, like some people just say, you know, online, offline worlds, oh, the virtual life doesn't exist. Well, we're all virtual, but we're people. So offline and online, same thing kind of thing, you know. But anyway.
The restrictions lifted sort of halfway through our organization of it. So we weren't sure that we could have a crowd, and obviously until we were sure, until they told us.
Yeah.
And as soon as they did, I'm like, right, well, let's demonstrate ways that we can bring live music back to venues, how we can bring festivals back, how we can still fit social distancing and yet pay our production teams and pay our artists and bring that experience that we all love, that we're dying to get back to. And make it happen in a sustainable way. So that's kind of what Foxfest was. That, and I'm a huge feminist. I really am.
So just girls this time.
Exactly.
Have to be our supporter, Dave. We love you guys.
I didn't mean to be a feminist
this time, you know. You'll be the cheerleader, Dave.
I am. See you later.
He's a raging feminist. It's okay.
I'm also a feminist.
I know.
He's also a raging feminist.
Guys, I'd love to hear a little bit more of music. So shall we have maybe Nikki? Do you want to show us a little bit what you're gonna be up to during Pluto Fox Fest?
Yeah, and this will probably turn up at it too. So it was probably the first ukulele song I performed in public. So like I said, it's been in the music room for a wee while, but every so often I actually broke it because it can be amplified, and I broke it, so I couldn't play it at gigs for a while. I didn't like miking up, so I was a bit slack. But it's just I'll possibly cock it up too, because I'm putting pressure on myself now. But it's just it's a classic. You'll love it. Sing along if you want to. If I can just remember what it starts, and we'll be happy. I know Pam loves it.
Such a favourite. I love it.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And so, who's next? Who wants to? Let's have a little muso challenge here.
Throw down.
Friends, your old friends. You can't have the battle of the bands. You know what I mean? Good friends.
Well, there's two of us have played. We're it's not quite like the Brady Bunch, but we all look down the bottom of the screen. Someone hasn't sung yet.
Emily.
Hey.
Yay.
Go, Emily. Go, Emily.
All right.
I was just like, oh, yeah, that's me.
No pressure.
That's peer pressure right there.
That is so peer pressure.
Although we do have something to your advantage. I think Nikki Dagostino might be dialing in because I can see someone from a phone. So mysterious phone.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, yeah, someone's taping. You're giving you more time there, Emmy, to pick whatever song you prefer.
Oh, she's ready to go.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right.
The stage is yours.
I might sing a cover to start with,
Okay.
and it's by Casey Musgraves. It's called Slow Burn. Oh, hold on. Can't see everyone. There we go. Born in a hurry, always late. Haven't been away since 88. Texas is hot, I can be cold. Grandma cried when I pierced my nose. 'Cause I'm alright with a slow burn. Taking my time, let the world turn. I'm gonna do it my way, it'll be alright. If we burn it down and it takes all night, it's a slow burn. In Tennessee, sun's gone down. In Beijing, they're heading out to work. You know the bar down the street doesn't close for an hour. We can take a walk and look at all the flowers. 'Cause I'm alright with a slow burn. Taking my time, let the world turn. I'm gonna do it my way, it'll be alright. If we burn it down and it takes all night, it's a slow burn. Ooh, whatever feels good now. I'm alright with a slow burn. Taking my time, let the world turn. I'm gonna do it my way, it'll be alright. If we burn it down and it takes all night, it's a slow burn.
Yes.
Relaxing. And why did you choose this particular song? What is it about it that you enjoy singing it today?
I don't know. I don't usually sing songs like that. That's like a country song.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
usually sing like soul stuff. But you know when you like hear a song and then you just have to learn it and then you're a bit obsessed with it for like a week and then you get over it. That's like the flavor of the week right now.
That's this week.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, yeah. Check in next week, you know.
Yeah,
Be a different story.
I often, especially when I meet new people, let's just say new people, not new people such as dates. I actually, I'm saying this live. I actually ask them, I go, so what's playing on the internal radio recently? What's the vibe? And then I go, oh, interesting. That's the song.
Yeah, see,
Oh.
from heart, my achy breaky heart. You like
Interesting. So, Pam, how about you? You've done the talk. I'm sure you want to do the singing as well.
I can do some singing. What guitar should I use today?
The pink one.
Oh, you can show us all of them, and then maybe we can pick one of them. Luxurious.
We have a steel string here, which is an Epiphone, which somebody actually made me for my birthday.
wow.
It's been modified. It operates off of watch batteries. Because I'm Captain, always forget the batteries, and apparently watch batteries are the go. There's the cigar box guitar, which was from Beechwood. And that's out near on the mid-north coast. My maker passed away. And so I play his pieces in festivals as a bit of a tribute. Or I've got the very classic and has lived nylon string, which is a madness.
Ready. Very ready.
Ready. And I think I will play you some Prince. I like Prince.
It is.
Do it.
How could you leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold? Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe I'm just like my brother. He's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when the dust cries. Now could you leave me standing alone in a world that's all cold? Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe I'm just like my brother. He's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when the doves cry. What's a nylon?
That's a proper Friday night song. So fun. Yeah.
back to those Romeo and Juliet days.
Your 90s out.
But seeing as we're all doing guitar tours, but why not? I've got these guys.
Oh, yeah. I love that. Go on. Let's spend time.
I know, right? And then there's one over there somewhere as well. That's it.
Oh, go on then. Hang on. There's one in the background.
Oh.
So it's
Yes.
Show us your G string, Nikki.
Oh, it's too early in the evening for that.
We are live from Sweet Cheeks Wear, so it is actually appropriate, everybody. If you're wondering out there.
Yeah, that's right.
I can show
Every
you my
single one of
banjo.
them has a G string. And if you don't have a G string, you could get yourself to Sweet Cheeks underwear. They will.
Oh, look at Lauren.
My banjo has 2 G strings.
Yes, it does.
Hey. Actually, that's
play that as
a
often as
cool. You should put a thing out to musicians and just be like, G string broke. Talk to us at Cheeky. Use those only.
Oh my God, the best.
During COVID, I could not find like a t-shirt printer to print my band t-shirts or things like, you know, how you want to expand your stuff when they shut the industry down. You're like, oh, what can I do instead? I'll record or I'll, you know, work on my merch or something. And I couldn't find a t-shirt printer that was in operation. And Sweet Cheeks actually gave me a line of Brazilian briefs to go, like, 'cause I'm thinking festival season, y'all. That's where you tie that up with a bikini, you tie that up with a band shirt, and I'm down to play. I would do that.
Hair band
Yeah,
on a rough night, big curly girl hair.
I know.
yes. Like, yes.
And then you advertise it. You can have like a musician playing a normal guitar and one of the strings is a G string, like stretched right out.
Yeah, the Brazilian brief cut one, and you just go, look, see this design right here? Yeah, you can get that over at the merch tent.
Oh my God. There's some, you know what, this really brings me back to one of the conversations that I've been having with another friend of mine who also has she has her own little brand as well going on, and she jokes, and I need to give her copyright for this, really. I don't know what, I'll pay her in knickers maybe, but she says she's expanding the dream department, and I think our conversation is totally that. We are now currently expanding the dream department, everybody.
I'm gonna have to get off this call and explain to Dave what a Brazilian cut is, but we'll get there.
Don't worry about that. We'll send you some samples and then you can just sort it all out.
I'm currently wearing one.
You should definitely be wearing one.
This momentum duo, Lauren and Dave. Now that we're talking about those 2 cutie pies, I love saying that, cutie pies. And you guys met. You know, music brought you guys together. Really, what's the story? How did it happen?
Well, we actually met during a musical.
Oh yeah.
We did Rock of Ages in our local area. I was Stacey Jacks.
Which meant he had no shirt on for most of the time I met him.
Anyway, we got along and thought let's try to become an acoustic duo. So we started jamming, then we started writing. During all that, we became a couple.
It also meant that he had to take on not only me but my daughter, and so he became a dad.
Oh,
and so,
wow.
yeah, so now she's now 5.
How beautiful, guys. I love this.
So he's stepped up, and now we have a fluffy child who is the love of his life.
Yeah, we saw
Oh
her.
no, is the fluffy child again? Is he around?
Yeah, she's just there. Her name is
There's a
Honey.
floof.
She is a fluff nugget.
She's asleep. She's like, what the hell's going on?
Help me.
So
Guys.
yeah, so we just continued to make music together. So we did originals, we did covers. We both had a massive musical background, and then it just was so much easier to go to gigs and have like an unofficial date night because at least we're together. So if we both go out and do a gig, you're not leaving someone at home.
Yeah.
We go out and have see, everyone feels the feels, but it makes a great difference with going out.
And so we wrote our album. We released our album at the end of 2018. The song that we played, I don't know if it was the first time we played, not the Ed Sheeran song, obviously.
When we were streaming.
Yeah, that was one of ours. It's called Let the Music Keep Playing.
And okay, so this song, what you guys wrote it together when at the beginning of everything, and
the whole album, our whole album.
Could we have this one again? Because we actually weren't streaming it.
Yeah, we've got a few. The whole album.
Okay, which other one would you like to play?
We've got a heap of songs. The whole album's called Subtitles, and so we wrote it basically about all the things that you don't say. So before we'd been through breakups and then met each other, and then life was great. And so some of them are like, we've got one that's played on the radio down here a real lot called My Goodbye. So it's a girl power feminism song.
Yeah.
So we play that one.
Sounds good, huh? Shall we try that?
Sure.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
It's normally played with like full band sound, so this is the abridged acoustic version.
I love that you guys can just pull that out like that.
Well,
It's just what we do.
We're going to find out if we can.
Our daughter doesn't like hearing us sing. She's like, Mama, just rather Elsa sing it. Can you just you guys don't sing and let Elsa do the singing.
Yeah. She's lovely. How's it go?
This time there's a little good in goodbye. I've seen myself crumble one too many times. The days have been dark and the nights have been hell, but I plan to hold my gloves up for the final ring of the bell. It's time to see me carry on. It's time to prove that I am strong. It's time for me to do this on my own. This is my goodbye. This is my goodbye. There's nothing left to save now the good is gone. Yeah, you made me feel I was lost inside the way you carried on. I can't remember all the times you made me cry, but you're learning now you can't break me down, so don't you even try. It's time to see me carry on. It's time to prove that I am strong. It's time for me to do this on my own. This is my goodbye. You're gonna watch me start to soar. Spread my wings 'cause I want more. Sit back and watch me do this on my own. This is my goodbye. This is my goodbye. It's only when you realize how heavy are the chains that you need to set yourself free, regardless of the pain. Because when I've noticed just how trapped I've been, I want a taste of freedom and I'll burn for that dream. It's time to see me carry on. It's time to prove that I am strong. It's time for me to do this on my own. This is my goodbye. You're gonna watch me start to soar. Spread my wings 'cause I want more. Sit back and watch me do this on my own. This is my goodbye. This is my goodbye. This is my goodbye. Thank you.
That's so beautiful. I love it. It's funny because Fiona, every time Fiona Cooper, when she's presenting Cheeky Tunes, she always throws the ball at me and she says, Claudia, this actually reminds me that you can tell the story of Sweet Cheeks a little bit and all of that. And of course, this song is about, you know, getting stronger and, you know, doing your goodbyes and everything. And the whole thing about Sweet Cheeks is that I actually used to be called Sweet Cheeks by an ex of mine. And then and then, you know, as some kind of like a healing strategy, that's you know, I thought, well, I work in this industry anyway, I want to do a side gig, I want to, you know, increase my knowledge in this sort of tech side of things, plus I want to be able to expand the conversation, because, you know, breakup conversations, girly chats, right? The life of a single person. You go out with your girlfriends to listen to some music and have a couple of drinks, and then eventually, sometimes, no matter how interesting you are, how many books you have read, you end up talking about boys sometimes, you know, or girls, depending, you know.
It's the prosecco does that.
Yeah, very interesting.
So you know, you talk about love, you know, you talk about those things in boys, girls, etc. You just but then, yeah, I thought, you know what, with Sweet Cheeks as a brand, I can actually expand on that conversation and turn it into something bigger and better, and you rebrand the name Sweet Cheeks, so now it's an actual brand. So
good on
Nice.
you. You should just, bring out a line of like underwear for people who've just broken up. That's like,
exactly. Oh,
that girlfriends can buy for them. Like, I know that we shouldn't swear because we're going live, but like undies that say on the back, "Screw it, you didn't need him." I've got a girlfriend. I would buy like 4 pairs right now.
I will consider that. I've got it's all listed with the dream department. We've got, you know, the Pam Hatta line that's already been briefed on, and then that one is also a good one.
Breakup line.
Who do we have that has just joined us?
Yeah, I've been here a while. Can you see me yet?
I can see you. Who is that?
I could keep just guessing.
Galaxy S10.
This is Veronica.
Veronica, I know you, Veronica. Hi, thank you for joining. Pam, do you want to do the honors and do the introduction? Because I know I've been following Veronica and liking all her posts and sending her messages, and now I get to see her.
It's different. We're both going to do that again, aren't we? Where there's those awkward silences where everyone talks at once and then no one does.
Okay. Once again, how did Pam and Veronica meet? How did you guys meet?
Through a Doug DeJong music, what's it called? Make Some Noise chat show. Just in the I was in the comment stream. Pam was one of the guests. I had come across Doug through the pub with No Fear, which I came across that because of Tony Cisneros and Brad Buckley, who is one of the founding members, along with Debbie Martin, who created it. Brad I've known since I was a kid, and Tony since I was a kid. Tony was performing on the pub with No Fear on one of its first live streams, so connected through that. Then through with Doug on his live streams and just chatting with Pam in there. Talked about a bit of my artwork, and Pam and I came up with a great idea of me doing some artwork for Pam.
Oh yes, I like that story. I would love to hear more about that one. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, how about I just show you? Came in the mail for me. Yahoo! So this is what I will be painting for Pam Hatta. Hopefully we'll be able to do that on a Zoom while there's bands playing on the other side of the screen. So we'll do a split screen. I think that was on. I think the name has changed, but I think it was Original Sound Lounge when we first decided it would happen. Not sure where it's coming out of now, but yeah, so that one will be on the live stream. What else is happening? I've also, through Doug's show, I've been introduced to a lot of people that are running festivals, and I would love to hear from anyone else that is running festivals. I have so many ideas of interactive artworks where the crowd gets involved and the musicians can be involved if they choose, you know, to whatever extent they want. But it becomes a collaboration because the painting becomes a visual of of what the music is portraying.
Yes.
So the feelings that people have when they're, say, dancing to that music, one of the ideas is a big one, like it's, ooh, I don't know who'll take this one on, but dance floor size canvas basically, and everyone will have squirty bottles and brooms and rollers on big sticks and just go berserk, squirted on each other here and there, undoubtedly. Probably a younger crowd, not the Blue Rings crowd for that one. That's okay. I don't know if the Blue Ridge crowd wants to get in there and paint wrestle like what the young ones might do. But yeah, so for the older ones, things that are more wall size, everyone gets in and creates. Sometimes it could be like colour by numbers, paint by numbers, fill in the colours. So it's easy for everyone, or it can be more freestyle where everyone gets to put their own little bit in that perhaps fits a theme for a festival. So where it's an outback theme, they might have lots of sheep and windmills and things painted on the big banner.
And you know, what I find amazing about this whole idea, and also just tying it back to the conversations that we had earlier when I was talking to Emmy in the beginning, and also with Nikki, this whole creation thing. There's this book. Have you guys heard about this book here? The Artist's Way.
No. I probably lived that without needing to read
I read this book. I mean, it's written by an American author called Julia Cameron, and I mean, it's a book about basically, let's just put it like that. It says here, it's a spiritual path to higher creativity. But for me, it's a book that literally helps blocked artists to, you know, unblock basically. And then I think it's very interesting that when we were talking in the beginning with Emmy, and we were talking about all these moods, you know, and the fact that with compulsory isolation in a way, you know, you get, you know, artists, we need to kind of interact, and we need to be in touch with different things. We need stimulation, and also like Nikki said as well, you know, the physical health as well. Sometimes you need to get into your body and out of your mind, like, you know, get your mind into your body sort of thing, instead of just being in your mind all the time, you know. And
that's where the music and dancing comes in very much for me. For me, dancing is not just something I want to do every so often. It's actually a need. It helps keep me balanced. It's like a you get that physical release and the adrenaline that comes with a high repetitive exercise, but also the getting totally lost in the music, something that's more akin with like meditation, perhaps, where you're not thinking of anything, you're not aware of anything but the music. If you do it well, if you can really get in that zone and get lost in it, you know, you can lose the whole crowd that's around you. The band no longer exists. It's the music that's the only thing. I can have my eyes shut and be lost for hours on a dance floor that way and not bump into people, which always surprises me.
But it's true, like, and I think a lot of musicians and a lot of different artists, even like dancers and also you know, painters and other artists, like the idea that when you're in such a, there's another book that I love called Flow, which talks about happiness, and it was written by a psychologist that is specializes in positive psychology. And this book called Flow actually talks about the fact that happiness happens when we are in flow. So for our musicians and artists, and when you are letting things flow, you become that. It's almost like you become fluid. You become that art in a way. So and this is one of the reasons why Fiona and Nikki and I, we had this thing. Well, let's just do this cheeky tunes, and so we can keep on, you know. We say feeling the well here. This is what we say in the book. I think yeah, I relate to all of it that you guys are saying. Emmy, does this inspire you to play us another tune, maybe?
Yay!
Sure.
Curveball! Curveball!
Hit us with that sweet R&B, man. Do it.
R&B.
Yeah. What I love about Emmy, you're a real point of difference in what's sort of on right now. So a lot of what we see, there's this massive gap when it comes to soul, R&B, and reggae, and you do it so well. I'm really impressed by this. I love watching this stuff.
Thank you. Giving me a big head. Okay, I'll play just for you. I'll play a classic R&B song. I'm just a bachelor looking for a partner, someone who knows how to ride without even falling off. Gotta be compatible, take me to my limits. Girl, when I break you off, promise that you won't wanna get off. If you're on there, let's do it. Ride it, my pony, my saddle's waiting, coming, jump on it. If you're on it, let's do it. Ride it, my pony, my saddle's waiting, coming, jump on it. Sitting here flossing, peeping you're still on. Just once, if I had the chance, the things I would do to you. You and your body, every single portion, chills up and down your spine, juices running down your thighs. Said if you're on it, let's do it. Ride it, my pony, my saddle's waiting, coming, jump on it. If you're on it, let's do it. Ride it, my pony, my saddle's waiting, coming, jump on set if you wanna get freaky, baby. First we'll need the scene till we reach a jockey team. First come over into your baby, on your jockey team. I'll be on your jockey team. Hey, said if you're honey, let's do it. Ride it, my pony, my saddle's waiting, coming, jump on it. If you're on it, let's do it. Ride it, my pony, my saddle's waiting, coming, jump on it.
Need slow-mo Channing Tatum.
Down and dirty R&B song you can ever get.
Yeah. I mean, you need Channing Tatum just like stripping off layers. This is like.
I need to rent someone like that.
Yeah.
Yes. Backup dancers.
You could have Dave.
Oh, Dave. Tonight, Dave. You're practicing your Buddha patience here.
You know, Momentum Duo, if you were closer to where the studio was, I totally would have gotten you guys up for Foxfest. It's because it's all about female-fronted bands. Females make up about 3% of the music industry in Australia, and Australia is freaking huge. So that concerns me a little bit, especially when women are such an inspiration for the majority of music and art in the whole world, let's be honest. So that's something that I really would have got into. But once those borders open and you guys can travel again, I would love to have you guys along.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
as soon as we can travel, hit us up. We'll be there.
How's yes? Bring the fur, baby.
Yeah.
Have you met
Yeah,
Mark?
you can get approval to travel over the borders if you've got work, some way of proving that you've got work on the other side.
All
Oh,
right,
I know.
on the way.
See ya.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. I have,
I
plenty of
know.
opportunities
We only
to
had
go.
2 weeks. We had 2 weeks to organise this. So, like Claudia was saying earlier, the first time I did Cheeky Tunes Friday with her, she got the host, Fiona. Fiona asked me, she was like, what do you want to do? Like, where do you see this going? I'm like, man, I want to do so much. I want to do art festivals. I want to do virtual art festivals. I want to do an all-female festival and see if that works. But this is back in a time when people were still getting arrested for handshakes. High five.
Elbow
My
rubs.
goal for the next month is just to not fail.
I still think everyone should have got on board with the Demolition Man. Have you all seen Demolition Man?
Love it.
No.
Yeah, right. The
Yeah.
Be well, John Scott.
The best.
Nothing else was keen.
Just us.
But Nikki, you're close. You're close to Pam, aren't you? That's
Yeah, we're only a couple of hours apart.
yeah.
We
So
were,
at the
we were
moment,
only half an hour apart, and then she abandoned us.
I'm 3.5 hours away from everybody now, up in the Northern Rivers, but I have 2 houses. So I have one in Port Macquarie as well, and that means that I'm close to the people that I've been working really close with for the last 5 years on the Mid-North Coast when I tour and travel. But honestly, I spend more time on the road than I do in a house. So it's really hard for me to say to people when they're like, where do you live? I'm like, I think I live in my car, actually.
I think nowadays we can just locate everybody as planet Earth. I think that helps.
Yeah.
You locate planet Earth. How about that?
It's probably better in the cities and on the beaches than it is out here in the boondocks, because we've just had we had the fire, the really big mega fire was really close to us here at the start of the year, and then we had the floods straight after that because there was no undergrowth, so the floods came through after the fires, and then the pandemic. So it kind of feels like someone's playing a game of Jumanji.
Oh, I was actually because you guys are at the Blue Mountains, right? I was actually there in November, end of October, when the fires were happening, and I was with a friend of mine, a Swedish friend of mine, Suzanne. If you're watching, hello. She often watches us. It's her lunchtime, and she wanted to see the mountains, right? She wanted to go and see the beautiful view. And of course, we got there, and then obviously we couldn't see anything.
No, they were selling out of like smoke masks and stuff. But the thing is, like, it's hard for the industry because people were frightened of from a music point of view. People weren't going out around that time anyway because they were concerned with staying home. The air quality was terrible, so numbers were down. And then the floods meant that the weather was terrible because it was raining. And then the floods came through and blocked people off on the rivers. And then of course we had the pandemic. So this year for us, like, we've gone from having, we've been booked solid through to the end of the year, and like everybody else, we haven't worked for nearly 12 weeks. So all of our wedding stuff's moved.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. The exact same thing happened to me. And out of the back of it, I was like, man, you've got fires, you've got floods, now you've got a pandemic. And right now, I have to say, does it kind of feel like they're actually targeting music specifically? Like, who the hell?
And
dancing.
at least music's getting a mention. When is the last time you heard anything anywhere about the visual artists that are out of work because of it? I gigged weekends. I did hens parties teaching people how to draw a male model. So when that hit, that was the end of that. And at that point, that was all I had left because I'd September last year damaged my right shoulder. They've told me not to work. I went another month because I was really enjoying my job, and and then I was told that no, you're actually illegal working when you have medical certificates saying that you can't. So that was the end of that. So by October, I was out of work, and then the Christmas season isn't great for the hens parties anyway. it was just starting to kick back off around that late January, early February mark, where everyone's feeling warm enough to have their hens parties again. And it was starting to feel good, and then it's gone.
Yeah, and then COVID, and then what? Bang, crash! Here's your apocalypse. You're welcome.
Oh,
You can feel like they're keeping people out of pubs from music. Like everyone who's played a pub gig or a music festival gig has seen how much bodily fluid is swapped out of performance. Like there is a reason. I get that. Maybe it's just our gigs. There's a lot of licking.
I was going to say, where do you go?
Head to Central West. We'll feature.
Guys, I was out
like that.
I have my own space on the dance floor, and I guard it like a pit bull.
I was just gonna say, I was out at the bars around here recently, and it was interesting to see that they are actually taking people's temperature. So certain bars, they just point that thermometer, and then they just go bing. And if you're below 37.5, then it's kind of like, okay, you're clear. So anyway, interesting times. But
what about those people that run naturally hotter?
I'm screwed. I'm in menopause.
This
lady's at 56.5. What do we do? They're like,
there's a reason I'm in a singlet.
got no pants on underneath. No pants.
I did put jeans on. I wasn't gonna. Just in case I got up.
So on that note, next time we're all going to be wearing sweet cheeks wear, and then if we do get up, it's a catwalk. How about that? But one thing that I wanted to say just before we go out, because we actually are almost hitting our 1 hour gig. I'm so happy about we made it. I wanted to say, those, it's funny when we, how do they go? They say, if you bond through the pandemic, those who bond through the pandemic stay together after the pandemic. I would love to say that. I'd love to think that. So hopefully we could actually, maybe thinking of our dream department again, would love to actually get everybody on an actual stage, with an actual crowd.
Do it. Make it happen.
Post-COVID festival. I'm planting seeds again everywhere. We want lots of post-COVID festivals. I think every live stream venue should have their own mini festival. And then all these ones that we've connected together, sorry, that was me, have a big festival and join them all up so that everybody's coming in from everywhere.
Yeah. So
cool.
Let's go out on that note, because we're reaching the end of Cheeky Chica for tonight. Who would like to play us the last song?
Hey, while they are playing, can I show you some of my artwork, seeing as I said them?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay. They can play while I show. It's much better to have musical collaboration.
Go, Nikki.
Am I on?
Yeah, you're up.
All right.
All right, let's do this.
What you can see right now, but I'm just going to go with it and hope for the best.
Never expected to be the loudest dreams. Take a step back just for a little while behind your head. Something that I can't explain, so I remain
That's her favourite song.
I love that song. And it's so good on the uke.
I know.
That was awesome.
I love the tree frog picture.
It's so cool. Yeah, to see the tour and have the music.
I'm going to have to rewind so I can watch it because my head was here.
Veronica, thank you guys. And this is the end of Friday tonight, but we will see you soon and see you at the Pluto Fox Fest, everybody.
Yay!
Yay.
Foxy ladies.
Have fun,
Brave
guys.
foxes.